Hi, this is Cherry. As you can hear, everyone's having a great time here at Wondercon's Last Ship press line. I'm going to be interviewing some of the cast, some of the producers and crew, the minds behind this great TNT drama, Last Ship. So congratulations on the second season of The Last Ship.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So can you give me a few clues about what's going on with them being on land and dealing with the two governments sort of fighting?
Right. Well, you know, the first season of The Last Ship was all about finding the cure and coming home. Second season is about home. So they come home to a awful situation in Baltimore that they were surprised by, because who would have thought America would turn into this so quickly? And we leave them in a pretty precarious situation. So the first part of the season really is just unraveling all that and seeing how they overcome that, if they overcome that. And then there's still the problems that remain, which are get the cure out there, mass produce it, mass distribute it, get communication systems up and running so people know where to go for the cure. And then see what's left of the country in terms of infrastructure, in terms of civilization, in terms of government, because, you know, the country itself needs to be repaired. So they travel on land and at sea. They go down into the south, especially, of the country. And while we do that, we sort of have a level of thematics that kind of relate to another era in our history when America was fractured, which is the post-Civil War era.
Yes.
So Reconstruction, if you will. So that's what happens in this season is how do you reconstruct the country from the ashes of this terrible pandemic? And, of course, being the ship, being the hope, and being the representative of what America was and can be, their responsibility falls on the cast and crew, or the crew and the captain of Nathan James.
What is going to be happening on the first couple of episodes?
This year we're going to be... This year's about the mission of bringing the cure to North America. I'm trying to be vague.
It's really, I think, because last year was about creating the cure, and now it's about coming to land and seeing. We've been so isolated in our little bubble on our Starship Enterprise, as I call it, and so then when we get to land, we're really confronted by all these different issues and all the things that have exploded really on land with all these different subcultures. And all the people who have an agenda to stop what we're doing, which is fundamentally the healing work. And it's amazing how many people we're confronted by who actually really are not so pro us doing our work.
So I'm so excited about the upcoming second season of Last Ship. What are the clues you guys can give me? What's going on with you?
Well, I've been shot, if you remember. So I have to deal with that and hopefully survive. And if I survive, then I have to help us disseminate the cure and keep it safe from any people who want to do us harm or do something self-serving with our cure.
How excited are you about the second season? I mean, the TNT has given you guys such great support.
TNT has been exceptional. TNT has been exceptional from the beginning. First of all, supporting us making such a big show with such scope and challenges, and also advertising it in a way that is really exciting and brought so many people to the circus tent. Season 1, and they stuck in there with our great episodes, and I really believe we're not going to disappoint Season 2. Sometimes there is that sophomore slump, but I don't think we're going to suffer that. Our show is going to be equally, if not more, exciting than Season 1.
Now, can you give me a clue as to whether the Russian survived and whether he'll be coming to America to try and steal the cure?
I wouldn't concentrate on Russians so much. The Russians, because there aren't really countries as far as we know, because billions of people have been killed by this virus. So the Russians could be any group of people. They could be any ethnicity, but there will be groups of people that we have to deal with in protecting our cure and trying to disseminate it. They don't necessarily have to be Russian, though.
I kind of like the Russian captain, though.
You like the Russian captain? Yes, he was quite evil. But one of the things, I mean, to think about is that if our characters were to run across people who were naturally immune, those people would most likely not want there to be a cure, because the great equalizer is everybody gets cured. And there might be some groups out there, no particular ethnicity, but some groups out there that are standing in the way of getting that cure to everybody.
Wow, now those are some major drama bombs that you're dropping on me.